Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to log Typeform leads automatically in Airtable for real-time tracking and follow-up. Let's suppose I am running an online business and I am receiving many leads from Typeform. Now whenever I receive a new lead, sometime it happens that I miss the lead. So I have created a wonderful automation so that it becomes easier for me to track all the leads and set the follow-up. For this, I have simply created integration between this Typeform and Airtable using Pabbly Connect. With the help of Pabbly Connect, whenever I am going to get a new response or a new form submission from Typeform, I am going to add all the details to my Airtable database. Now, if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. So here in this video, we are going to see how we can connect Typeform to Airtable in such a manner that whenever I'm going to receive a new lead in Typeform, it is automatically added to my Airtable database. And for this, I'm going to create integration between these two applications using Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. Now before we sign into a Pabbly account, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with business owners, experts, and the Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions, and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest features and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now, if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, we can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I am going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I have created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible one, and then we have this classic, which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select this new beta, and then I'm going to name this workflow as add Typeform leads automatically in Airtable for real-time tracking and follow-up, and now I'm going to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created, and I'm going to select it as Forms Automation and then click on Create. So here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on Create, this box has appeared in front of me where I need to enter the trigger application. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Now here in this workflow, I want to add the leads which I have captured from Typeform to my Airtable, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new lead in Typeform, it will be automatically added to my Airtable database, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new lead from Typeform, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger basically activates or triggers any workflow. Here in my trigger application, I will be taking Typeform, and then following this trigger application will be my action application, in which I will be adding all the lead details, so it will be Airtable. Here in my trigger application, I am quickly going to take Typeform, and in my trigger event, I am going to select it as new entry and then click on connect. Now if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with Typeform. Now here I have already logged in my Typeform account, and that's why I'm going to grant away the permission, for which I'm going to click on this accept. You will see Typeform will be connected to Pabbly Connect, and it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization. So here Typeform is connected to Pabbly Connect, and now I'm going to enter this form. So if I go back towards my Typeform account, you will see that I have created some forms, and I will be using this new contact form. So I'm going to open this, and over here you can see all the fields which we have: first name, last name, phone, and email address. So I'm going to select new contact form from this drop down. Now here we have the simple response. So if I keep this toggle off, I'm going to get the data in advanced format. I'm going to keep it on. I want the data in simple response. So if you only need the main data like the name, email, phone, it gets easier to map when we get the response in this simple response. I'm going to click on the save and send test request, and you will see it will change to waiting for webhook response. Now this means, so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission, and for that I will be opening this form and do a form submission. If I capture that form submission response here in this workflow, then this shows the connection setup which we have created is working fine. I am going to copy the link to this form and paste it in a new tab. So I'm going to enter some dummy details like my first name is dummy, my last name is user, my phone number is this, and then I'm going to enter my email address as dummy@pabblyconnect.com. And then I'm going to click on this submit. Now as soon as the form submission has been done, I'm going to capture the response. I'm going to open my workflow and check whether I have received any response there or not, and here it is. I have captured the response. So if I scroll down, you can see that I have received some details. The phone number was this 8383, the email address was dummy@pabblytudes.com, and then I have received the name as dummy and my last name was user. So here I have received all the details which I have just filled in my form, and this shows the connection setup is working fine. Now moving on towards the next step, whenever I receive a new form submission, I want to add that to my Airtable database. So I'm going to click on this add new action step, and in my action application I'm going to search for Airtable. In my action event, I'm going to select it as create record and then click on connect. Now if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with Airtable. Now here if I scroll down, I have these two options, add all resources and add a base. So if you want to add a particular database, you can simply click on this add a base. I'm going to add all the resources. So here it says all current and future bases and all current and future workspaces will be added. I'm going to grant the access. So your data is completely saved with Pabbly Connect and you can do this. I'm going to select the base name now. So if I open my Airtable, you can see that I have created a base by the name new leads and it has all these fields. So first I'm going to select my base as new leads, this one, and then you will see all the fields which I have in this database will start appearing in my workflow. And here it is, full name, last name, phone number and the email address. So here I have this full name, last name, phone number and the email address. Now over here I'm not going to enter these details manually like this, but instead I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from this Typeform, and when I click on this field I can see this Typeform. When I click on this I can see all the response which I have received from there. I'm going to enter the name as dummy user, and then I'm going to enter the last name as user, and I'm going to enter my email address as dummy@pabblytudes.com, and then I'm going to enter my phone number as this. Now over here mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even when you receive the new response. Now over here if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. In the enable typecasting, I'm going to select it as false, and then I'm simply going to click on save and send test request, and here I have received the response. This response is a positive one. I'm going to open my database and check whether I have added all the details or not. For that I'm going to reload or refresh this page once. And here it is, we have added all the details. The name was dummy user, last name was user, phone number was this, and the email address was dummy@pabblytudes.com. So now to summarize, we took Typeform as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We received the new lead after the form submission, and then we wanted to add the lead details to Airtable database. So we took our action application as Airtable, made connection with Pabbly Connect, mapped all the required details, executed this workflow and added all the details automatically automatically and instantly to my Airtable database. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between this Typeform and Airtable with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you liked this video and understood this video very well. I have attached a link to this workflow in the description so that you can check this out, and if you have any doubts you can comment down the video below. So I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.